Good morning, Greg here, burning at both ends, burning on the front end of Monday morning. It's 6:47 a.m., June 18th, 2018. Yeah, Pacific time zone. We're in Albany, California. It's a beautiful morning. Got the garage door open here. The breeze coming in feels great. And just had a great Father's Day yesterday. So I just want to say thanks again to my wife. Huge shout out to her. She did a great job in making sure that I had a special day. And I know it takes a lot of effort, especially with two kids. So thank you very much. And we had just ate a lot of great food yesterday. Had to spend some good time together. Did some great things, and now it's time to get back into the grind, rise and grind. So we got the Success Journal week 2. That worked really well last week. So I'm curious to see how it works this week. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. I added one thing, so I have I run this ANSYS work group at work. And so I have a meeting on Thursday, so I want to focus on that, make sure that we have a good meeting. And then what I noticed is a lot of the focus items stay largely the same. And success steps. I find a lot of success steps either are repeated in this next week or were moved into this next week. And so the question is, why did that happen? Why didn't I check these off the list? Well, some of them are recurring, so that should happen. And some of them just, didn't get enough things done last week to make them a success step, right? A success step is kind of the completion of a major goal, whereas after the completion of this goal, of the success step, it's a new world, so I can do something differently, right? I can move on to something else, or I can, now leverage that work somehow. And so I noticed that a lot of things that I just didn't get finished up last week, either, on me, I didn't have enough time, or on other people, For example, a meeting on Friday got canceled where I was supposed to review a schedule, so I couldn't possibly do that, so that's going to happen today, things like that. And then a lot of the iCore work, for example, is it just, happens again this week. I have the same basic success steps, around presentation, around scheduling customer discovery interviews, things like that. So we'll see. We'll see how the Success Journal changes this week, how it shapes the week. Really have to say I'm enjoying having this to stare at each day. It really helps. And then other than that, it's just we're in technically week 3 of iCore. Really week 2 of back from opening session, getting into the grind. So we have 2 interviews today. We have a couple more scheduled this week. So we're picking that momentum up. I have to admit, and I'll say it again, and shame on me for not realizing this was happening during opening session, the fact that we did not do any work toward scheduling interviews, so we lost a whole week of momentum in there. And shame on me for not realizing that and not putting work in. And so when we got back to Berkeley last week, we were kind of a little bit behind, and it took some time to get some momentum going. And we were able to get it going by Friday, because we got a few interviews scheduled Friday. We have a couple definitely scheduled this week. So now we're kind of getting into that flow of interviews. I have a bunch of follow-ups now from the first round of contacts I sent out last week. So I got some people to follow up with. We have some new contacts. We have some new interviews to make, and of course we're going to have referrals from almost every interview, right? Referrals are key, so there's always that follow-up with the last interviewee for that referral, and then get them what they need to make the referral, whether it's a one-pager or a short paragraph, nothing. Sometimes they don't need anything. It's going to be a strong week. I'm excited. To get into more interviews, and the key with these interviews is that we're learning more and more. So we should be getting down a path of understanding our technology and its product market fit, right? So this should not just be talking to people for the sake of talking to people. It should be, we're converging on a product. We're converging on a set of attributes that make that product. We're converging on a value proposition. We're converging on a customer segment. All these critical things need to be coming together, right? So I think that's one of the challenges of this program, is just doing interviews for the sake of interviews to get the count up, which, yes, that's important, but there needs to be some juicy data coming out of these interviews that moves everyone forward. And so There is one team that has like a lot more interviews than everyone else. Like we're all at about 20. They're up past 50, I think, or past 40. Not really sure about that, how that happened, but I find that this team is also very confused when it comes to their product offering. They've presented many times, and I'm still not 100% convinced on what their offering is, and that kind of concerns me. That they're so far down the interview road that they're still unable to clearly explain it. Now, it could be on me. I could be missing it. I'm open to that, but I see comments, and I see a lot of people with the same type of comment. But yeah, so that's one of the critical things. It's not interviews just for the number of interviews. It's interviews to learn, to converge on a product or service and a value prop for a customer segment. So, and I can see us doing that, which is good. I can see us learning and coming up with new questions, and trying to figure stuff out. So I think that's critical. So. So that's this morning's post. So it's going to be a strong week. I'm kicking it off right. Success journal. Getting right into customer discovery, interview scheduling, and then we're going to have a few interviews today. And then the goal is to schedule a bunch more this week. Would like to get up to 10 this week. We're at 22 interviews right now, and so we want to just keep pushing. And this week, one of the things I want to do is I want to spend more time on some of the other projects at work. I want to move them forward. Like, for example, there are a couple tasks here. There's this light mask design task and these drawings in Fab. Very critical. I want to get those knocked out this week. And like I said, like the challenge with doing that last week was those are very tasky things to do, and the iCore work is a lot of fun. And also the iCore work is, it's got this results-based piece to it where, I'm sending out an email to a contact. I have to finish the email. It's got to be crafted right. And and then obviously I have to send, and then I got to put a bunch of things into our system, so I'm notified when I should hit him again. And so just that, I found that work takes some time. It's a lot more fun as well. And so, but just got to get back to the old mantra. When I don't feel like grinding on a project, I grind on a project. Hammer, right? It's rise and grind and hammer. Yeah, when I don't feel like hammering on a project, I hammer on a project. And so I got to hammer on those two tasks, the light mask, the Fab drawings, just bang them out. I was thinking about trying to get some support for those. I might ask that question to see how challenging that could be, because, for example, for the Fab drawings, that's an easy thing to delegate. And that might really just help me. So I think I will ask that question. I will ask for help, because that's something I'm not very good at. And I'm reluctant to do for no good reason, and that's a perfect task to delegate. Anyway, so I will do that. I will see about finding someone else to help me with that. So that way I can hand that off, focus on iCore, focus on the light mass, and get a bunch of good stuff done this week. So anyway, this channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. That's what I'm babbling about here, about this success journal. So check out the description. There are links to my previous post on the success journal. There's a link to a template for it, and then you kind of understand why I'm using this thing. I find it very beneficial. And so this is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur, the things I'm getting involved in, the systems I'm putting in place to help me, the successes, the failures, this whole piece. And so subscribe, comment down below, tell me, what are you up to? How's your journey going? You got any questions? You need any help? I'd love to be of service. That's a big piece of this. I'd like to be of service. I'd like to help people. And so comment down below. Let me know what I can do. And other than that, I got some motivational stuff linked down below. Really good things to look at. Shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk. Always love listening to your content. Thank you very much. Got some great music linked down below. Music is a big piece of my life. I'm a drummer. I've drummed for several decades, so I write beats. My alter ego is G Money. So I write these beats. That's the beat in the background. It's an Afrobeat song influenced by Fela Kuti. So check that out on SoundCloud if you like. And that's about it. So go out, do great things, have a great day, inspire people, and crush it. And I'll see you tonight.